Okay. You're saying salam? You can do it. Oh, eight oh six. 806. Okay, come on, 2 minutes.
دن جو ہے چھوٹا ہوتا جا رہا ہے اس سے.
Huh?
Azan 804 پہ تھا.
Sorry, what did you say?
It was at 804.
ہاں وہ کہہ رہے ہیں 3 مہینے کا
804.
مارکیٹ.
We'll wait 3 minutes. Muharram is not here. So, we'll wait to 806 and then you give a little lengthier one so that.
I think he's here.
Oh, okay. You know what? Yeah, 806. Give me another 30 seconds. Check the mic. Make sure it's working.
806 now.
No? Okay. All right. Let's go.
إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن أمير المؤمنين وإمام المتقين علي ولي الله أشهد أن أمير المؤمنين وإمام المتقين علي حجة الله هيا على الصلاة هيا على الصلاة هيا على الفلاح حي على الفلاح حي على خير العمل حي على خير العمل الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن عليا ولي الله أشهد أن عليا حجة الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح حي على خير الأمر حي على خير الأمر قامت الصلاة قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
صلاة المغرب
الله أكبر
الله أكبر
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبحان الله أكبر سبحان الله الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد ذلك الله ربي الله أكبر الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده الله أكبر الله ربي وأتوب إليه الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده الله أكبر الحمد لله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر
إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أستغفر الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم الرحمن الرحيم ذو الجلال والإكرام وأتوب إليه أستغفر الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم الرحمن الرحيم ذو الجلال والإكرام وأتوب إليه أستغفر الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم الرحمن الرحيم ذو الجلال والإكرام وأتوب إليه اللهم صل على
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن عليا ولي الله أشهد أن عليا حجة الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح حي على خير حي على خير قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
صلاة العشاء.
الله أكبر
الله
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده الله أكبر استغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده الله أكبر بحول الله وقوته بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد ذلك الله ربي الله أكبر اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده الله أكبر استغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده الله أكبر الحمد لله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين السلام عليكم ورحمة الله
إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما صل على محمد وآل محمد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أستغفر الله الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم الرحمن الرحيم ذو الجلال والإكرام وأتوب إليه أستغفر الله الذي لا إله إلا هو أستغفر الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم الرحمن الرحيم ذو الجلال والإكرام.
السلام عليك يا رسول الله يا حبيب الله يا خير خلق الله ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله يا ابن رسول الله يا حسين بن الشهيد بكربلاء ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا صاحب العصر والزمان. السلام عليك إماما وإمام الإنس والجان أجل الله تعالى فرجك وسهل الله تعالى مخرجك ودخولك. السلام عليكم جميع المعصومين ورحمة الله وبركاته.
اللهم صل على
يوم موسم
بد محمد و آل محمد صلوات.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. عن جابر بن عبد الله الأنصاري عن فاطمة الزهراء عليه السلام بنت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله قال سمعت فاطمة أنها قالت دخل علي أبي رسول الله في بعض الأيام فقال السلام عليك يا فاطمة فقلت عليك السلام. قال إني أجد في بدني زوفا فقلت له أعيذك بالله يا أبتاه من الزوف. فقال يا فاطمة ائتني بالكساء اليماني فغطني به فآتيته بالكساء اليماني فغطيته به وصرت أنظر إليه وإذا وجهه يتلاله كأنه البدر في ليلة تمامه وكماله.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى
وما كانت إلا ساعة وإذا بولدي الحسن قد أقبل وقال السلام عليك يا أمه فقلت وعليك السلام يا قرة عيني وثمرة فؤادي فقال يا أمه إني أشم عندك راية طيبة كأنها راية جد رسول الله فقلت نعم إن جدك تحت الكساء فأقبل الحسن نحو الكساء وقال السلام عليك يا جداه يا رسول الله أتأذن لي أن أدخل معك تحت الكساء فقال وعليك السلام يا ولدي ويا صاحب حوزي قد أذنت لك فدخل معه تحت الكساء وما كانت إلا ساعة وإذا بولدي الحسين قد أقبل وقال السلام عليك يا أمه فقلت وعليك السلام يا ولدي ويا قرة عيني وثمرة فؤادي فقال لي يا أمه إني أشم عندك راية طيبة كأنها راية جدي رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله فقلت نعم إن جدك وأخاك تحت الكساء ودنا الحسين نحو الكساء وقال السلام عليك يا جداه والسلام عليك يا من اختاره الله أتأذن لي أن أكون معكما تحت الكساء فقال وعليك السلام يا ولدي ويا شافع أمتي قد أذنت لك فدخل معهما تحت الكساء فأقبل عند ذلك أبو الحسن علي بن أبي طالب وقال السلام عليك يا بنت رسول الله فقلت وعليك السلام يا أبا الحسن ويا أمير المؤمنين فقال يا فاطمة إني أشم عندك راية طيبة كأنها راية أخي وابن أمي رسول الله فقلت نعم ها هو ما ولديك تحت الكساء فأقبل علي نحو الكساء وقال السلام عليك يا رسول الله أتأذن لي أن أكون معكم تحت الكساء قال له وعليك السلام يا أخي ويا وسيء وخليفتي وصاحب لوائي قد أذنت لك فدخل علي تحت الكساء ثم آتيت نحو الكساء وقلت السلام عليك يا أبتاه يا رسول الله أتأذن لي أن أكون معكم تحت الكساء قال وعليك السلام يا بنتي ويا ولدي قد أذنت لك فدخلت تحت الكساء فلما اطمأنا جميعا تحت الكساء أخذ أبي رسول الله بطرف الكساء وما بيده اليمنى إليه السماء وقال اللهم إن هؤلاء أهل بيتي وخاصتي وحامتي لحمهم لحمي ودمهم دمي ما يؤلمهم ويحزنون ما يحزنهم أنا حرب لمن خالفهم وسلم لمن سالمهم وعدو لمن آذاهم ومحب لمن أحبهم إنهم مني وأنا منهم فاجعل صلواتك وبركاتك ورحمتك وغفرانك ورضوانك علي وعليهم وأذهب عنهم الرزق وطهرهم تطهيرا
اللهم صل على محمد.
وقال الله عز وجل يا ملائكتي ويا سكان سماواتي إني ما خلقت سماء مبنية ولا أرضا مدهية وقمرا منيرا ولا شمسا مزية ولا فلكا يدور ولا بحرا يجري ولا فلكا يسري إلا في محبة هؤلاء الخمسة الذين هم تحت الكساء فقال الأمين جبرائيل يا ربي ومن تحت الكساء فقال عز وجل هم أهل بيت النبوة ومعدن الرسالة هم فاطمة وأبوها وبالها وبنوها
اللهم صل على محمد.
فقال جبرائيل يا ربي أتأذن لي أن أهبط بتا إلى الأرض ليكون معهم سادسا فقال الله نعم قد أذنت لك فأهبط الأمين جبرائيل وقال السلام عليك يا رسول الله العلي الأعلى يقرئك السلام ويخصك بالتحية والإكرام ويقول لك وعزتي وجلالي إني ما خلقت سماء مبنية ولا أرضا مدهية ولا قمرا منيرا ولا شمسا مزية ولا فلكا يدور ولا بحر يجري ولا فلكا يسري إلا لأجلكم ومحبتكم وقد أذن لي أن أدخل معكم فهل تأذن لي يا رسول الله؟ فقال رسول الله وعليك السلام يا أمينة وهي الله إنه نعم قد أذنت لك. فدخل جبرائيل معنا تحت الكساء فقال لأبي إن الله قد أوحى إليكم يقول إنما يريد الله ليذهب عنكم الرجس أهل البيت ويطهركم تطهيرا. فقال علي لأبي يا رسول الله أخبرني ما لجلوسنا هذا تحت الكساء من الفضل عند الله. فقال النبي والذي بعثني بالحق نبيا واصطفاني بالرسالة نبيا ما ذكر قبلنا هذا في محفل من محافل أهل الأرض وفيه جمع من شيعتنا ومحبين إلا ونزلت عليهم الرحمة وحفت بهم الملائكة واستغفرت لهم إلى أن يتفرقوا. فقال علي إذا والله فزنا وفاز شيعتنا ورب الكعبة. فقال النبي ثانيا يا علي والذي بعثني بالحق نبيا واصطفاني بالرسالة نبيا ما ذكر قبلنا هذا في محفل من محافل أهل الأرض وفيه جمع من شيعتنا ومحبين وفيهم محموم إلا وفرج الله عمهم ولا مغموم إلا وكشف الله غمهم إلى ولا طالب حاجة إلا وقضى الله حاجتهم. فقال علي إذا والله فزنا وسعدنا وكذلك شيعتنا فازوا وسعدوا في الدنيا والآخرة ورب الكعبة.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد. یہ تھے محسن نقوی جو حدیث کسا کی تلاوت کر رہے تھے. اب ہم سو سلام اور مرثی کا آغاز کر رہے ہیں. میں گزارش کر رہا ہوں عدیشہ سے کہ آئیں اور سلام پیش کریں. پر محمد وعلى محمد باوجہ بلند نعرہ صلوات.
ایک اور صلوات دیجیے. غربت میں قتل ہو گیا منزلوں میں بے وطن. میں بھائی بھائی کہتی تھی لاشا بہن بہن. میں بھائی بھائی کہتی تھی لاشا بہن بہن. میں بھائی بھائی کہتی تھی لاشا بہن بہن. تیروں پہ تھا رکھا ہوا لاشا حسین کا. ڈوبا ہوا لہو میں تھا گردہ حسین کا. آواز تھی حسین کی بہن کفن کفن. میں بھائی بھائی کہتی تھی لاشا بہن بہن. آئی ناراض دو گھڑی پردیس کی فضا. کنبا شہید ہو گیا میرا گھر اجڑ گیا. پردیس دیس غیر کا نا وطن وطن. میں بھائی بھائی کہتی بہیں بہیں ایک دل پہ دھاگ میں نے بہت اٹھا لیے کچھ داغ میں نے قلب کے اندر چھپا لیے چھپتے نہیں چھپانے سے داغ ہے رسن رسن میں بھائی بھائی کہتی تھی لاشا بہن بہن برچھی کا لے جائے علی اکبر میں جب لگی بابا کو دی صدا کبھی آواز مجھ کو دی کہتا تھا سینہ تھا میں کہ اماں چپیں چپیں میں بھائی بھائی کہتی تھی لاشا بہن بہن میں بھائی بھائی کہتی تھی لاشا بہن بہن میں بھائی بھائی کہتی تھی لاشا بہن بہن دیکھا ہے بابا میں نے جو منظر بتاؤں کیا نیزے پہ تھا رکھا ہوا شہر شہید کا گھوڑوں کے دوڑنے سے تھا ٹکڑے بدن بدن میں بھائی بھائی کہتی تھی لاشا بہن بہن تیروں پہ تھا رکھا ہوا لاشا حسین کا ڈوبا ہوا لہو میں تھا کرتا حسین کا آواز تھی حسین کی بہنا کفن کفن میں بھائی بھائی کہتی تھی لاشا بہن بہن صلوات
صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم سلام پیش کر رہے تھے. اب میں گزارش کر رہا ہوں جناب نقی نقوی سے ساتھیوں کے ساتھ سوسخانی کا آغاز کریں. پر محمد والے محمد بابا بلند نعرہ صلوات. چار میں سے پیش خدمت ہے. جیسا تھا جس کا چہرہ دکھایا حسین نے جیسا تھا جس کا چہرہ دکھایا حسین نے
کربلا کو بنایا حسین نے آئینہ کربلا کو بنایا حسین نے دونوں جہاں یزید کے تاریک ہو گئے دونوں جہاں یزید کے تاریک ہو گئے ایسا چراغ شام بجھایا حسین نے جیسا تھا جس کا چہرہ
پر محمد و آل محمد صلوات
اللہم صلی علی محمد و آل محمد چار اور شیر پیش بے کس کی یادگار ہے بیمار کربلا بے کس کی یادگار ہے بیمار کربلا پیاسوں کی سوگوار ہے بیمار کربلا پہنچا دیا حسین کا پیغام ہے درا پہنچا دیا حسین کا پیغام ہے درا مظلوم کی پکار ہے بیمار کربلا بے کس کی یادگار رائے شام نشینی سے ملاقات کی مناسبت سے مرثیے کے چند بند ہیں فاتحہ
اللہم صلی علی محمد و آل محمد
جب حرم خلے شیریں کے برابر آئے غل ہوا کعبے سے مولا میں لشکر آئے کہا شیریں نے کیے ارمان دلی پر آئے میرے مولا میرے سلطان میرے سرور آئے میرے مولا میرے سلطان میرے سرور آئے حق شان خدا قدرت باری دیکھو جاؤ لوگوں میرے آقا کی سواری جاؤ لوگوں میرے آقا کی سواری دیکھو جن سے روشن ہے مدینہ وہ خمر آتے ہیں جن کا معدن ہے نجف میں وہ گہر آتے ہیں جن کے گھر عرش پہ ہیں وہ میرے گھر آتے ہیں یہ خبر اس کو نہ تھی نیزوں پہ سر آتے ہیں یہ خبر اس کو نہ تھی نیزوں پہ سر آتے ہیں کہہ رہی تھی کہ چراغ حرمین آتا ہے اے مسلمانوں مبارک کے حسین آتا ہے مسلمانوں مبارک کے حسین آتا ہے تھا خیال اس کو کہ چوگرد تو یاور ہوں گے بیچ میں لشکر اسلام کے سرور ہوں گے گھوڑوں پہ ناقہ زینب کے برابر ہوں گے پردہ محمل کا سنبھالے علی اکبر ہوں گے پردہ محمل کا سنبھالے علی اکبر ہوں گے مانا محمل تھی نہ حشمت تھی نہ زیبائی تھی سر شبیر کے ہمراہ بہن آئی تھی سر شبیر کے ہمراہ بہن آئی تھی ناگہاں راہ میں برپا ہوا شور ماتم سن کے منہ فخ ہوا دل ہل گئے تھرائے قدم دیکھنے کو جو گئے تھے حشم شاہ امام وہ زنوں مرد پھرے خاک اڑاتے باہر وہ زنوں مرد پھرے خاک اڑاتے باہر سب بے چین ہوئی طالب آرام حسین دل پہ انگشت شہادت سے لکھا نام حسین دل پہ انگشت شہادت سے لکھا نام حسین کہا شوہر سے خبر لے کے یہ گل ہے کیسا رونے والوں کو میری سمت سے جا کر سمجھا کس پہ آفت پڑی گھر کس کا لٹا کون موا بشگونی نہ کرو آتا ہے ابن زہرا بشگونی نہ کرو آتا ہے ابن زہرا یہ مہر شکر کا ہے وقت مناجات کا ہے داخلہ آج برآمدہ حاجات کا ہے داخلہ آج برآمدہ حاجات کا ہے ایک عورت نے یہ باہر سے ندا دی ناگاہ ہائے شیریں تیرے ارمان ملے خاک میں آ گھر کا گھر ہو گیا خاتون قیامت کا تباہ وارث آل نبی مر گیا انا للہ وارث آل نبی مر گیا انا للہ ہم زیارت کو گئے تھے کہ یہ محشر دیکھا ہے زد ہے کہ زینب کو کھلے سر دیکھا زد ہے کہ زینب کو کھلے سر دیکھا بے تحاشا وہ یہ کہتی ہوئی دوڑی باہر خاتموں میں تیرے قسموں سے یہ دیتی ہے خبر کون زینب جسے دیکھائی ہے تو ننگے سر وہ پکاری کے حسین ابن علی کی خواہر وہ پکاری کے حسین ابن علی کی خواہر ایک وقت میں ہی نہیں دیکھ کے سب آئے ہیں ریسما بان کے شانوں میں عدول آئے ہیں ریسما بان کے شانوں میں عدول آئے ریسما بان کے شانوں میں عدول آئے ہیں جس کا بابا ہے علی شیر خدا وہ زینب جس کا جد فخر رسولان خدا وہ زینب جس کا ایک بھائی ہے شاہ شہدا وہ زینب جس پہ تھے شبر و شبیر فدا وہ زینب جس پہ تھے شبر و شبیر فدا وہ زینب اور زینب نہیں حاشا یہ نبی زادی ہے بھائی مارا گیا اللہ سے فریادی ہے بھائی مارا گیا اللہ سے فریادی ہے Recognizing our host for this evening, the families of Fakir Jahangir, along with the family of Mohsen Naqvi, Muzaffar Shah, Raza Abbas Khan, and Sayyid Hasnain. We are very thankful for their generosity. May Allah shower His blessings upon these families in this life and the life hereafter. The final Majlis of the series will inshallah take place tomorrow evening, observing the Shab-e Shahadat of our fourth Imam, Zain al-Abidin alayhi salam. Al-Mubarak al-Balad, the Tabut of the Imam will be taken out, so please join us tomorrow evening, starting at 8:05 with Salatul Maghrib. With that, I'd like to request tomorrow's sponsors are the families of Bande Khuda and the family of Asghar and Sajjad and Zehra Asghar. For Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawat.
نعرہ تکبیر نعرہ رسالت نعرہ حیدری آواز بلند
حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل نعم المولى ونعم النصير أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين حبيب قلوبنا وطبيب نفوسنا سيدنا ومولانا أبي القاسم مصطفى المحمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين لا سيما بقية الله الأعظم روحي وأرواح العالمين له الفداء رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Dua Nutba is the expression of love for Allah's awliya. things that Allah, people that Allah has sent and has asked us to follow them. And in sending those people, first Allah, the dua speaks about how Allah sent all the Anbiya in different places with different tasks and missions. And then that came down to Rasulullah. And then from Rasulullah to Ghadir, it transferred to Imamat, to Imam Ali, and then to Karbala. This dua, first of all, makes this elaborate plan that Allah has made and laid down just because of you, so that you can be guided, that you can be saved. That could be a means for your salvation. And hence, what it does is this: the attachment that Islam has for the people who follow to Islam, this attachment is through love. Everything in Islam, from our side to theirs and from there to us, is based on love. Allah asked us to obey Allah. Atiullah wa atiur Rasul wa ulil amri minkum. This ita'at is based on love, not fear. It is based on love. There's a difference between obedience that has to do with fear and obedience that has to do with love. When you take orders from someone that you fear, then you only listen to what he's saying and you'll only do that which he's asking you to do. For example, if you work somewhere and you have a boss, now you will only do that which your boss asks you to do. If he tells you, hey, take care of these files, you will take care of those files if you're a good employee. You will do that. But you will not go beyond your way and spend the night there and do extra things for him. You will just do what he asks you to do. But in case of love, it's different. You see, when it comes to love, you don't do just the things that you're asked to do. You do a lot more than that. You know, if your wife asks you, why did you bring me flowers? You can't say, well, you didn't tell me. See, it doesn't work in love. You can't just make an excuse and say that because you didn't say, I didn't do that. You are expected to do things even if you're not asked. Even if you're not ordered for it. Even if there's no command for it. So, in other words, obedience through fear is in need of a command. Obedience through love is not in need of a command. No one needs to tell you anything. You would do it yourself. You understand the difference. And the reason Allah asked for obedience through love is because Allah knew that a time will come when your Imam will not be with you. And he will not be able to give a command to you. He will not be openly able to ask you to do anything. So then everyone will have an excuse. Well, the Imam is not asking me to do anything, so I don't have to do anything. You see, the reason he says love Ahlul Bayt is because even if the Imam is not here and he's in Ghaibat, that if you love the Imam, you will still keep on doing the work for him even if he doesn't ask you. This is based on love. This is why love is important. Love is important. The Imam doesn't have to ask you to do anything. Because I love the Imam, I do it. And that's why he left deed based on love, because now we will do that. Now this love
needs a place to grow. It needs nourishing. It needs to be healthy. Love is not an absolute thing, my friends. It's not, for example, either you have it or not. It's not like that. For example, you can say, are you married or not? It's either a yes or no question. Your love is not that. Love has degrees. Love has degrees. So the question in Deen, in Shia Islam, in the Islam of Ahlul Bayt, is not if Shias love Ahlul Bayt. The question is, how much do they love Ahlul Bayt? How much do they love Ahlul Bayt? How much do you love them? Yes, you love them. We know you love them. That's why you're here. You're wearing black clothes for what? Because you love them. It's not that question. Question is, how much? You see, that's where now we need to increase, and Dua Nutwa is about that. Trying to teach us that higher love. What emotions we should have inside of us to reach that stage where we are falling in love with them more and more. So now this love starts about simply, very simple. As I said yesterday, it's very easy to fall in love with Ahlul Bayt. Allah has made them such, and they are such that they're so attractive and they're so lovable that anyone who's decent would fall in love with such people. You will fall in love with such people. Just introduce someone to Ahlul Bayt and you will see that they will fall in love with them, that they will start to be attracted to them. So that's not an issue that they will not be attracted. People are attracted to Imam Ali. People are attracted to Bibi Fatima. It's appealing for them. Just looking at them, reading their history, reading their life, it's like, wow, what kind of people are these? These are such beautiful people. Any decent people will accept it. That's why you see many people who don't believe in Islam, who are non-Muslims, fell in love with Ahlul Bayt, and they have written books regarding their greatness. We know that. So many people, you see that. It's not a big deal. For us, it's not shocking. Oh, you know what? He wrote a book about Ahlul Bayt. Well, you know, Ahlul Bayt are that good. They are good. I mean, if you spend time, leave Ahlul Bayt alone. Even those who are, for example, under Ahlul Bayt. You know, really, I look at this. You know, how easy was the travel, the journey from Medina to Makkah and Makkah to Karbala for the Haram of Imam Hussain. You know, it was so easy for them to travel. They did not even get tired. The reason they didn't get tired is because Abbas is there. Ali Akbar is there. Imagine traveling with companions like this. The youth of Bani Hashim are there. You know, Bibi Zainab, if she even wanted something, there'll be 10 youngsters there around her to ask her, what do you want? Tell us. Imagine this travel. You're traveling with such people of marifat who have understanding, and your time will go fast. You will just enjoy their company. My friends, this is just the people who are under the Imam. Now imagine the Imams. If you're with the Imam, what kind of time you will have? Just being with them. This is why they're so attractive. So at first stage, you have love in that heart. Now what is this love? This love is a seed that Allah puts inside your heart. It is a seed that Allah puts in your heart. Now, the characteristics of this seed, of the love of Ahlul Bayt, is that it never remains the same. Once it's there, then naturally it starts to grow. It starts to grow and grow. That's it. You cannot stop it from growing. It starts growing. It starts growing. And then you will see this. Just first you're attracted to Ahlul Bayt, now you want to remember them, then you want to remember them more, and then a time will come when you just can't forget about them. Just can't,
You cannot be away from them. I need, it becomes your need. Like water and air, it becomes your need. I need to listen to a Majlis of Imam Hussain. I need to listen to a Noha. I need to listen that. I feel empty without it. Why is that? Because that seed is growing. It never remains the same. You know, and this is what Allah does. You know what He does? He puts that seed in your heart, then challenges you to take that love out of your heart. Challenges you, take it out of your heart. Try to forget them. You know? Because Allah prides Himself on Ahlul Bayt. He said, I made them such that you can't forget them. Once you have them, you can't leave them. This is my challenge to you. I made them like that. That's why I made them the means of my deen to you. There's a reason why Ahlul Bayt are the means of our deen, because that's how it is. We just start growing. And this is the growth that we have. It just keeps on growing and growing. What is the result of this love? My friend, what is the consequence or the result of this love? The result of this love is the revolution of Imam Zaman. See this. Where is this going? This love that we have for Ahlul Bayt, it will come. Its result in this dunya is the revolution of Imam Zaman. His coming back and him becoming and establishing Allah's government. This is that goal. Our love is a revolution that's going there. It's taking us there, because without that we won't be happy. Though sometimes maybe the statement that I made might be a little bit vague. So let me explain that if you said aloud salawat. Now my friends, Islam, the body of Islam started with the Bi'sat of Rasulullah. The minute that Allah established Rasulullah and said that you now propagate Islam, now Islam is for the people, that's when Islam started. It flew with two wings. Islam, this body has two wings by which it flies. The first wing is Ghadir, the other is Ashura. These are the two wings of Islam by which Islam flies. Without these two wings, then Islam is like dead. It will be just on the ground. Nothing. You can see that. Where is that Islam that is without Ahlul Bayt? There is nothing there. You know, everyone wants to create so many things for it, nothing can happen. They cannot bring this life that you get through the expression of the love of Ahlul Bayt. You know, how much they have tried in history to replicate that, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work because it has to come and has to be something that Allah has given. So, the two wings of Islam, one of them is Ghadir, the other one is Ashura. It is Azadari. These are the two things that you see by which Islam flies. Now let me explain that. And now the movement of that body, the movement of that body is the Zuhur of Imam Zaman. So where are we going with all of this? We are going to Imam Zaman, right? This is a simple synopsis of what it is. Now let me explain to you how. Tell me, my friends, you know, I mean, we are all lovers of Ahlul Bayt, Azadar, we are Shia, and, you know, every time we hear the Masayib of Imam Hussain, his family, we cry. Our hearts just melt and we cry. Now, if I ask you sincerely, and I want you to think with me now, if I ask you, why do you cry? Why do you cry? I ask you, why do you cry? What's the reason? In other words, what would make you stop crying? Meaning that this is the reason we cry, and if that reason happens, we will stop crying. Okay, very good. Let's look at it. You know, what makes you cry? So a Shia would say, well, look at what happened in Karbala. Look at the zulm that happened in Karbala. It's a tragedy. Of
What will cry? What happened there? They'll say that Ali Asghar was shot by an arrow. He's 6 months old. Okay, very good. So you gave me a reason why you cried. What if Ali Asghar was not shot? What if they gave him water? They said, here's the water for Ali Asghar. You know, would that make you stop crying? Would you stop crying then? Ask yourself this question. I'm really asking you, this is a serious question. Ask yourself, would you stop crying? And you will say, of course not, Maulana. Why not? Because look what happened to Hussein and his other family members. Okay, very good. You know, Hussein was killed thirsty, Astaana. Yeah, look at how they treated him. Okay, very good. What if they did kill Imam Hussein? What if they didn't kill Imam Hussein? What if they left him and say, oh, we will not kill you in this way. Just one shot, and that's it. Not in this cruel, horrible way that we did it like cowards. We will kill you in a brave manner in one shot, and that's it. How about that? If you got a decent death, would you be happy and stop crying? Really ask your heart. You're a Shia. Ask your hearts this. And you will say, no, I will not. Okay, alhamdulillah. You know, you will not. So, what would make you stop crying then? What if they had accepted Imam Hussein's offer, but Imam Hussein said, let me go, I will go somewhere else and live as a refugee somewhere. I will live far away from Islamic land and Muslims. I will go, even he said, to India. He said, let me go there, I'll go there and get lost from your people. You won't even hear about me. I promise I will be out of your sight and mind. What if they accepted that? He said, yes, if you do that with your family, go somewhere else where he can't be seen. Now, would that make you happy? Alhamdulillah, he wasn't killed, his family is alive, so now we can all rejoice. Tell me, would you stop crying? Ask yourself this question. Would that make you stop crying? You'll be like, of course not, Mom. We can't stop crying. Well, why not now? He's not killed now. His family is not killed, they're alive. What happened? But why is he a refugee? Why is he treated like that? Okay, then what if they, for example, told Imam Hussein that you can stay here. You can stay here, but you will not have anything. You won't have anything. You stay here, you can live here and die. Just like everyone else is living. Don't get involved in anything, don't be anything, that's it. If they made Imam Hussein live that life, would you then say that, oh, alhamdulillah, he is still in the Muslim world and he lives amongst Muslims, so inshallah let him live there? Would you stop crying? I mean, isn't it the same thing they did to Imam Hassan and the other Imams? You know, you're still crying, right? You're still crying. Then why? Why are you crying? Ask yourself this question. Why this azadari? Why this matam? Why this crying for? Truly ask this question where this is coming from. No, Maulana, we want Imam Hussein that he should be not treated like that. Okay, very good. How about this? How about if we give the khilafats to Imam Hussein, give him the khilafats, but no one will listen to him. Give him the khilafat, make him the ruler, and let's not listen to him. He can be the khalifa, just a figurehead on top, and we will do our own thing. Would that make you stop crying? Now you made him the leader, he is now the figurehead. Would that make you stop crying? Ask yourself this question. Isn't this the same situation of Imam Ali? Isn't it the same situation of Imam Rada? And you're still crying. So what will make you stop crying? Where are these tears coming from? Where are these tears coming from? Where is this mourning coming from? Where is this azadari coming from? No, Maulana,
if only if Imam Hussein is made the leader and everyone respects and follows him. Everyone is in line with him. And everyone is under him and follow his direction and obey him and love him. Okay, so you want Imam Hussein to be in charge. You want everyone to obey Imam Hussein. You want everyone to do itaat of Imam Hussein. Isn't this the very message of Ghadir? This is the message of Ghadir. Ghadir was saying that Ali is your Imam, follow him and do what he says. Go after him. That message was lost. This whole history that happened with Imam Ali, Bibi Fatima, Imam Hassan, Imam Hussein, Karbala, all of this history is happening because the message of Ghadir was lost. We cry because the message of Vilayat is lost. It expresses itself in Karbala. It expresses itself with Imam Hassan. It expresses itself in the Mazlumiyat of our Imam. But the real reason we are crying is because we want this Vilayat to be established. And when will it be established? It will be established when the Imam comes back, and then he will be the only leader, and all leaders are going to be finished. Then that message of Ghadir will be established, and then we can say, yes, now it's there. Our crying and our azadari is headed towards Imam Zaman. This is where this revolution is going. This is where we are going. All of this crying, you see, where is it taking us? It's going there. That's why Rasulullah said that after the qatl of Hussein, after the murder of Hussein, there will be an emotion that rises in the hearts of believers that will not end until the day of judgment.
لبيك يا حسين لبيك يا حسين لبيك يا حسين لبيك يا حسين نعرة هادي محمد وآل محمد صلوات اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Friends, this love that we have is headed towards our Imam. That's the connection between Karbala and Imam Zaman. It started in Karbala, and then it's going to be finished, completed with the advent of our Imam and the establishment. So we are talking about now regarding those us, Shias. What are the, what is it that made the people side with Imam Hussein, stand with Imam Hussein, die with Imam Hussein, become shaheed with Imam Hussein? What are those qualities that made them like that? And they are the same qualities and sifat that the Ansar of Imam Zamana will have. That is, inshallah, us. We should be those people then. That we want to have those attributes that the companions of Imam Hussein had, we want to have it there. Imam Hussein started the school is still enrolling, and it's time for us to enroll in that school and adopt those qualities. And the first quality we mentioned was wafa, was loyalty, faithfulness. In Dua Nubda it says, Alimda minhumul wafa. Allah, you know their loyalty, their faithfulness to your cause. When Allah sent Anbiya, when Allah sent the Imams, Imam Zamana is saying, you base their imamat, you base their thing on the fact that they are loyal to you. You know they're never going to turn their backs on you. Anbiya never turned their backs on Allah. Ahlul Bayt never turned their backs on Allah. They were completely 100% loyal, faithful. And this is the first quality that we explained yesterday regarding a mu'min who wants to be with Imam Zaman. Be loyal to him. Don't turn your back on him. No matter how much the price is being offered, no matter how much is being offered to you, say that no, I cannot leave my Fatima. I cannot leave Fatima's children. I cannot betray them. Any point that you come to, you see that, you know what, it's either them or that, you see, choose them. Choose them. Sometimes you might lose a lot. Sometimes you might even lose your life. We see that happening in the world, right? There are many people who, for example, changed. Sadat who became Sunni. That's why they're Sayyid, and they go, okay, if you're a Sayyid, how come you're on the other side, man? Because somewhere in their family, they decided that, listen, it's better to be alive than to love Ahlul Bayt or express our love for Ahlul Bayt. They decided that. You see, that's how they decided. And this is the same thing for us. You know, our identity is the love of Ahlul Bayt, we're Shias. We don't compromise that for anything. We don't compromise that for anything. Because if we do, then we are finished. We lose this identity. Now we are something else. We lose this attachment. And if you lose this attachment, you're on your own. You're on your own. I told you yesterday about the story of that one person that Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salam. He said, you know that the servant he was trying to call, and that servant, he said, you know, I mean, Mawla, you know, you are a nice guy, you know, you don't get angry, that's why I'm not listening to you. You know, that's why I don't listen to you. You know, you're not going to do anything, right? So the imams, you know how they kick you out? They kick you out with a lot of akhlaq. You know, he gave him a reward and said, you're free. Now you can go and live your life as you want. You don't have to listen to me anymore. You don't have to listen to me anymore. We have to be afraid of this moment from Ahlul Bayt. If the imams are giving you a reward and saying, here is for all the good things you did, here's your money, here's your dunya, now you go. Subhanallah. Do not. This is sometimes when Ahlul Bayt give us a reward, we need to ask, Mawla, what is this for? You know, are you trying to get rid of me? Did I do something wrong that you are trying to get rid of me? You know, this is very serious for a Shia. You know, I want to be under your servitude. I want to be your slave, no matter how hard it is on me. Yes, I'm losing my dunya. Yes, I'm losing this. But you know what? I'd rather be there. Don't give me a reward that I will not be able to come to the Majlis of Imams anymore. You see, a lot of people, you know, they got into really good business, and you're like, you hardly see them in the center anymore. They just don't have time for the Majlis. Sometimes you need to ask yourself, Mullah, did you just kick me out? You know, was there something wrong with me that you kicked me out? You see, these are sentiments of a Shia because they're based on love. If you love, that's how you will start thinking. I don't want any dunya if it's going to make me go away from you. Think about that. These are serious things for us. It's a relationship. Children, you know, you also think about that. You know, don't be involved in this dunya if this dunya is going to take you away from the zikr. You know, from being here. Trust me, Ahlul Bayt will take care of you. Imam Hussain will take care of you. You know, he will never let you be in hardship like that. He will always make you live respectfully. You know, on the morning of Ashura, when the war was starting and he made his ranks, the first thing Imam Hussain did was ask the people, his soldiers and companions, is there anyone who has a debt and a loan they have to pay? Anyone else? You know? And one person said, yes, I do have a loan I have to pay. Imam Hussein said, do you have the money to pay it? He said, no. Here, how much is the money? Here's the money, go and pay your loan. Imam Hussein takes care of you if you're with him. You think he's just going to let you go? Have that trust in Ahlul Bayt, in Allah, that they are going to look after you. But loyalty, my friends, faithfulness is the first quality that every mu'min should have in order to be with Imam Hussein or Imam Mahdi. Salawat Alright, the second quality that I want to speak about, a few minutes, is known as Sibat al-Qadam, or what we call firmness, determination. Not swerving, not going away. Being determined. This is another quality that we see in the companions of Imam Hussein. When you look at the companions, no matter what happened, they did not leave their paths. They did not swerve from their path. They stuck to Imam Hussein no matter what happened. They were determined to be with Imam Hussein. Let's see what Imam Hussein told them. He says, Thumma. This is in the khutbah of Imam Hussein in the tent on Shabi Ashura. Right? He says, Thumma liyakhudhu kulla rajulin minkum biyad rajulin min ahli bayti. He says, why don't every one of you take the hands of one of my Ahlul Bayt and go in the dark and go back to your cities. You will find relief there. You will not be in this pressure you are in right now. I assure you that this army is not going to come after you. Once they find me and they kill me, they are not going to come after anyone else. So you can go. Take these people and go. Now, friends, you see, Imam Hussein is trying to tell them that if you are determined to be with me, then stay here. If you're not determined, then this is your chance. I'm giving you the chance to go. La ilaha illallah. And so, obviously no one went. No one went at that time. Everyone who was there on the night of Ashura stayed with Imam Hussein. They stuck with Imam Hussein and they all gave their words to Imam Hussein and their oaths to Imam Hussein that we will not leave you. There is no leaving you. In fact, they were so much like that when Imam Hussein left them and he came to the tent of Bibi Zainab, Burair was walking with him as a guard. He walked with him to the tent. When Imam Hussein came inside the tent, Bibi Zainab was waiting at the door of the tent, inside the tent. She was waiting there at the door of the tent, inside the tent. And so Imam Hussein, as soon as he went inside, Bibi Zainab said, are you sure that they will stick with you and not run away? She asked this question and Burair heard that. When Burair heard that, his body started shaking. He started to shake. He went and he told Habib, do you see that the Haram of Ahlul Bayt, they doubt that he will stick with Hussein. They have a doubt. But Habib heard that, he told everyone, come, we need to prove to them that we are going to stay with them, that we are not going to leave them. He got everyone together. Yeah. Abbas, he came in the midst, and Habib said, Abbas, this is not for you. You stay away. You stay away. This is for us. They doubt us. So they all went. They all took out their sword and they called Imam Hussein, Hussein. And then when Hussein said, what happened? I just left you. He says, we heard that your ladies have a doubt that we are going to stay with you or run away from you. We want to speak to them. Please, if you can ask them to come inside the door, just at the door, please, we want to speak to them. So Zainab came there, but for some reason Imam Hussein,
said, listen, also bring Sakina. Let everyone hear this. Let everyone hear this. Everyone should know. And why? Because Sakina also needs that my father will not be left alone. Right? So what happened is that he came there and they then took out their swords, put it on their necks, and said, we are ready to cut our necks right now to show you that we will not leave your brother. See, this is them showing that they are going to stay, that they're not going to run away. And ladies, when they come to hear that, now what can I say, about the Prophet, right? It says that there was some water that was there, very nice water, oasis. And he told the companions as a test, and not more than that. And it is said that leaving a few, everyone disobeyed the order. They all ran from it. And here in the companions of Imam Hussain, you see Burair, you see Abbas, they went to the river, they got to the water, they saw the water and refused to drink it. Imam Hussain did not tell Abbas, don't drink the water when you get there. There was no order from Imam Hussain. Imam Hussain did not tell Burair, don't drink the water when you get there. Imam Hussain did not say that, but you see, this is that determination that they had, that resolve that they had. Even though they go there, Imam Hussain didn't say it, right? But they said, no, we will not. I don't allow myself. It doesn't work that way, my friend. This is how it works for us. When Muslim ibn Osajah was dying, he was injured, his body was crushed and injured, and he was on the ground dying. Habib ibn Mazahir went and put his head on his lap. Habib was still alive. Muslim ibn Osajah is dying. Now Muslim came to Karbala because of Habib. Habib brought him there and he sees that now Muslim is dying first. So Habib, now Imam Hussain was also standing there. He was standing nearby. And Habib asked Muslim, is there any last will that you have before you breathe your last? And all Muslims said was that, Usikum bihadha rajul. He says, I just want you to protect Hussain. He's dying. There's nothing in his mind except for Hussain. I mean, at the time of death, your mind is going crazy. Going here and there. But this is the resolve that they had. That even when the angel of death is in front of you, all they can see is Hussain. All they can see is Ahlul Bayt. This is the resolve that you must have. This is the resolve that you must have in order to protect or to be with our Imams. Salawat ala Muhammad. Yes, it's not easy. I'm not saying that this is easy. I'm just giving you extreme examples because the companions of Imam Hussain are extremely great. Right? They're extremely amazing. And I'm giving you these lofty examples so that we can aim higher. Because that's our goal. We want to aim higher. We don't want to be mediocre. We want to be the best. I want to be the best in my life to be with my Imam. Those are the people who reach our Imams and who help them and who fight for them. So that's what we want, my friends. So here, when you look at this, let me just say these 1-2 hadiths and that's it for today. And we will end it here. It is said, the hadith, this is a strange hadith, very, very strange. It is said from our Imam that irtad al-nas ba'd al-Husayn alayhi salam illa thalatha. He says everyone after Hussain became murtad except for 3 people. Except for 3 people. everyone else became murtad after Hussein. I mean, this is like serious, right? I mean, really? Only 3 people on the face of earth? You know? I mean, what is this? You know, so, like, who are they? Abu Khalid al-Kabuli, Yahya ibn Tabil, and Abu Hamza Somali. He said, except for these 3 people, everyone became murtad. Now, obviously, here, murtad is not in the meaning of our fiqhi istilah that is an apostate who leaves Islam. Murtad here is in the meaning that only 3 people were 100% sure about their paths. Everyone had some doubts. Right? It's not easy. How much yaqeen do you have in this? That you can stay on this path? How much yaqeen do you have that Imam al-Zamana is going to win? Tomorrow, inshallah, I will explain that to you. Where to get that proof from. Today, we are out of time for this. But these are things that we need to understand. 2 things are very you know, and I just want to give you this. Sometimes, as a Shia, the akhlaq of a Shia, and what he should be about, you know, it's like this. I want to mention these 2 things and I'll head to Masail, you know. Someone went for ziyarat of Imam Hussein from Iran. They went for ziyarat and they were on their way to ziyarat. They were on their way to ziyarat and they came and met with Ayatollah Bahjat. They came and met with Ayatollah Bahjat and said, I'm going for ziyarat, is there anything that you want? So Ayatollah Bahjat said that please, if you can go and make the ziyarat of Hazrat Abbas for me. Of course, you know, I will obviously do that. You're my teacher. Everything. I'll go and make ziyarat of Hazrat Abbas and Imam Hussein. And as soon as Ayatollah Bahjat heard that, he said, no, not Imam Hussein, just Hazrat Abbas. Just Hazrat Abbas. Why? You know, why not Imam Hussein? Ayatollah Bahjat is like, who am I to go in front of Hussein? Only Abbas has the right to go in front of Hussein. Who am I to go and stand in front of Hussein and say, Salaam alaikum ya Hussein? Who am I to think like that? You see, this akhlaq, this humility, knowing our position. When I go to Abbas, you are my wasila to Hussein. This is how a Shia thinks. Shia thinks in these terms, not so arrogantly that I can go in front of Hussein, talk to him like he's like, you know, someone who is not like that, my friends. There is respect, you know, that we should have, that comes from our heart, from our love. These are things that we need to understand being a Shia in that sense. You know, it is said, subhanAllah, that when our Imam will come back, the movement of Imam Hussein and the movement of Imam al-Zamana, they are similar in some aspects and they're different in some aspects. They won't be the same in all aspects. The point of similarity between the two, between Imam Hussein and Imam al-Zamana, is the fact that both of these movements are going to be fast. Fast meaning that if you have not decided yet between right and wrong, you will not have the chance to make a decision at that time. Imam Hussein's caravan was going. It wasn't stopping for anyone. If you were not decided, it would have gone. And you lost your chance to be in it. You have to be ready right now to join that. Imam al-Zamana will be the same thing. When he comes back, you don't have the time to say, okay, now let me do my research to see, you know, if this is right or wrong. Yeah, you won't have the time to do that. It will just go past you and you will miss the boat. So this is the point of similarity, that only the people who are ready and prepared can join. That is point of similarity. Now the difference is this, that both Imam Hussein will make a call, Hal min Nasirin, and Imam Zamana will make a call also for helpers. He will also make a call. Both of them will make a call, but when Imam Hussein made the call, only 72 came. Right? Only a handful came. When Imam Zamana will make the call, millions will come. Millions will come, saying, Labbaika ya Mahdi. They will come from everywhere, from every land. They will come to Imam. In fact, it is said that when Imam will stand between all these people who are saying Labbaik, you cannot see the ending of these people. Just like you go to Arba'in right now, you'll see that. So many people are there that you cannot see the end. Where is this ending? But imagine if Imam Zamana is standing in the middle of that and he sees this. Now, won't he feel proud now? I mean, this is really the result of Ashura, the result of Karbala. The result of what Imam Hussein did is what gave life to all these millions now. That we are capable of saying Labbaik to our Imam. That we are able to do this. Imagine this. Imam Zamana will stand in the middle of all of that. And when he stands there, he should feel a comfort. That look at how much support I have today. You know, obviously I wish that my father also had this support. But now I have this support here. Yeah? I mean, you would think that, right? But you know what? That won't be the case. Did you know that won't be the case? Even with millions of people around, Imam will not find comfort. He will not find comfort, and he will be looking around as if something is missing. There's something missing here. I need that one thing. I need something that's missing here. And the people will recognize that. The Riwayat says people will see that, and they will ask Imam, Imam, what is missing? Don't you see all of us here ready to give our lives for you? We are here saying Labbaik. We came to you. What is missing that you need that we cannot fulfill? That we cannot fulfill. What is it that's not here that we cannot fulfill? You know what Imam Zamana will say? You know what's missing? Abul Fazl al-Abbas. When the Imam will say that, then every one of us will recognize that all of us put together are not equal to one Abbas. All of us put together are not equal to one Abbas. We will recognize that and will say, yes, you're right. We cannot replace Abbas. Imagine the comfort and itminan that Hussein had when Abbas was there. Imagine the comfort that Zainab had when Abbas was standing there. And imagine the comfort that Sakina had when she saw her Abbas. La ilaha. I'm not going to read the Masahib of Hazrat Abbas. I just want to get you to this point. Right? Just this point. My Masahib will be, inshallah, about something else. You know, just to this point. How much was he there that when he was lost, now you see it was so hard for everyone. You know, I don't know if you ever paid attention to a daughter. If you have a daughter, maybe you will know this. Psychologically speaking, right? Girls, they're afraid of certain things. You know, girls are, by nature, they're afraid of certain things. You know, girls are afraid of the dark. When it becomes dark, they get afraid. They get afraid. You know, it's like, you know, more than boys. Girls are afraid of loud noise. Loud noise, when it happens, you see that they start shaking. They start shaking. You'll see that, you know, just make a loud noise and you'll see that they will shake.
fear, they will shake. And girls are afraid of traveling without their father. You will see this in girls, that if their father is not here, they will be like so timid. They'll be timid. They just don't want to expose themselves or go out there because their father is not here. This is how girls are. My friends, this Sakina, her father is killed, her uncle is killed, and her brother is killed. Everyone that she used to find comfort in, they're killed. Imagine that trauma that Sakina is going through. Maybe then you can understand why she stopped talking. You know, Sakina stopped talking. She was so traumatized that she would just stare into empty space. She would just stare into empty space. Her mother, Rabab, used to shake her and said, Sakina, snap out of it. What is wrong with you? She won't answer. She would just stare into empty space. She was so scared. She was so fearful. Just let me tell you one history that's there, one riwayat that's there. And inshallah, that will be all in my Messiah today. You know, in these different stops that the caravan used to make, at one stop, the person who was carrying the head of Imam Hussein on his spear. One person was in charge of carrying Imam Hussein's head. Whenever they used to come to a spot, he would put the spear in the ground. You know, he would stick it in the ground so that the stick remains there. The head is on the spear, and then he would go about his business and doing things. This riwayat is from him, the person who's doing that. This riwayat is from him. He says that one night I stuck the spear, it was there, and I went and slept. In my sleep, I was woken up by a girl crying. But the cries of this girl. So I went and wanted to see what's going on. I just opened my eyes a little bit, and I saw that the daughter of Hussein is standing or is sitting on her knees like you would stay in ruku, and she was sitting there in front of the head. In front of the head, she was sitting there and talking to her father. I said, it's not a big deal right now. I'm sleepy. I don't want to get up. Let her say what she wants. Let her spend time with her father. And I heard what she was talking and what she was saying. This is Bibi Sakina talking to her father in front of that spear, and the head was on top of that spear. And she started to say, Baba, I miss you so much. I miss you so much. Baba, our home was burned down. Did you know that? They burned it down. Everything was burned. And we had to run out. We were going here and there. I was so scared. I missed you, Father. I missed you so much. Baba, I am your daughter. This is Sakina. Maybe you don't recognize me because you never saw me with torn and worn out clothes. Baba, you always make sure that I wear good clothes. Now, look at my clothes. It's burned. It's torn apart. This is all I have. I know if you see me like this, you don't recognize me. Because you know what, Baba? I don't recognize you also. Look what they have done to you. Look what they have done to you. I almost didn't recognize who you are. I know you don't recognize me. You know what she said? The Riwayat says, she said after that, Baba, the hands of these soldiers are very hard. These soldiers, their hands are very hard and rough. I never knew that. You know how many times they slapped me? They slapped me in the ears, but Baba, I tell you, all these soldiers are on one side, and this shimmer, he's on the other side. When he hits me, it feels completely different. When he hits me, it's so hard. My father, what happened to me? I was so eloquent. I never had a problem speaking. Father, what happened that now I'm stammering? I can't even speak now. I can't even say anything. You know me, how eloquent I was and how I used to talk with so much confidence. What has happened to me? I can't speak anymore. You know, Sakina, after that, when she wanted to speak, she had a stammer. Baba, all I can say right now is that my ears are hurting. My ears are hurting so much. They hurt me so much, Baba. They hurt so much. What can I do? Baba, whenever I needed comfort, you were there for me. Whenever I needed comfort, you're there for me. Why didn't you come to help me? Why didn't you come to comfort me? Why didn't you come so that I can now find some peace with you? That man says, when Sakina said this spear bent down in front of Sakina. It bent down in front of Sakina. It came so close to Sakina, so Sakina grabbed it. Father, I want to come to you. Ya Allah, Ya Fatir as-samawat, Ya Muhsin, Ya Qadim al-Ihsan. Allah, give us the tawfiq to be on the right path, wisdom to understand your guidance, hasten the reappearance of Imam. Make us his helper when he comes. Wa akhir da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Matam Hussain.
بار دیکھیے تیرے سجاد نے بابا قضا کئی بار دیکھیے تیرے سجاد نے بابا قضا کئی بار دیکھیے تیرے سجاد نے بابا قضا کئی بار دیکھیے تو زینب بار دعوے کی تو زینب بار دعوے کی میں بچ بازار دیکھیے تیرے سجاد نے بابا قضا کئی بار دیکھیے تیرے سجاد نے بابا قضا کئی بار دیکھیے تیرے سجاد نے بابا قضا کئی بار دیکھیے تو زینب بار دعوے کی تو زینب بار دعوے کی میں بچ بازار دیکھیے تیرے سجاد نے بابا قضا کئی بار دیکھیے تیرے سجاد نے بابا قضا کئی بار دیکھیے تیرے سجاد نے بابا قضا کئی بار دیکھیے کھلے سڑوال پھپیا دے کہ میں منہ تک کے گل کردا کہ میں منہ تک کے گل کردا میں پورا سال زندہ دی میں پورا سال زندہ دی فقط دیوار دیکھیے تیرے سجاد نے بابا قضا کئی بار دیکھیے تیرے سجاد نے بابا قضا کئی بار دیکھیے تیرے سجاد نے بابا قضا کئی بار دیکھیے کھلے سنوال پھپیا دے کہ میں منہ تک کے گل کردا کہ میں منہ تک کے گل کردا میں پورا سال زندہ دی میں پورا سال زندہ دی فقط دیوار دیکھیے تیرے سجاد نے بابا قضا کئی بار دیکھیے تیرے سجاد نے بابا قضا کئی بار دیکھیے تیرے سجاد نے بابا قضا کئی بار دیکھیے سکینہ آن کے پوچھیا کہ اینو بیر کہندے نے کہ اینو بیر کہندے نے میں کیوے آکھدا میں کیوے آکھدا میں بھی اے پہلی بار دیکھیے تیرے سجاد نے بابا قضا کئی بار دیکھیے تیرے سجاد نے بابا قضا کئی بار دیکھیے تیرے سجاد نے بابا قضا کئی بار دیکھیے تو زینب بار دعوے کی تو زینب بار دعوے کی میں بچ بازار دیکھیے تیرے سجاد نے بابا قضا کئی بار دیکھیے تیرے سجاد نے بابا قضا کئی بار دیکھیے تیرے سجاد نے بابا قضا کئی بار دیکھیے جیوے پتران بچ لوکاں تیری میت دفن کی تھی تیری میت دفن کی تھی میں ہر ایک موڑ تینج دی میں ہر ایک موڑ تینج دی قبر تیار دیکھیے تیرے سجاد نے بابا قضا کئی بار دیکھیے تیرے سجاد نے بابا قضا کئی بار دیکھیے سوچیا کہ اینو بیر کہندے نے کہ اینو بیر کہندے نے میں کیویں آکھدا میں کیویں آکھدا میں بھی اے پہلی بار دیکھیے تیرے سجاد نے بابا خدا کئی بار دیکھیے تیرے سجاد نے بابا خدا کئی بار دیکھیے تیرے سجاد نے بابا خدا کئی بار دیکھیے تو زینب باردا ویکھی تو زینب باردا ویکھی میں وچ بازار ویکھیے تیرے سجاد نے بابا خدا کئی بار ویکھیے تیرے سجاد نے بابا خدا کئی بار ویکھیے کھلے سڑوال پھپیاں دے کہ میں منہ تک کے گل کرنا کہ میں منہ تک کے گل کرنا میں پورا سال زندہ دی میں پورا سال زندہ دی فقط دیوار دیکھیے تیرے سجاد نے بابا خدا کئی بار دیکھیے تیرے سجاد نے بابا خدا کئی بار دیکھیے یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے شام بازار ہی غیور کی بیماری ہے لہو جاری ہے، چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے، چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے، ہم بازار ہی غیور کی بیماری ہے، چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے، چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے، چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے، نور لاتا ہے گلاب بھی وہ سر زینب کا، نور لاتا ہے گلاب بھی وہ سر زینب کا، ایسا لگتا ہے سفر شام ابھی جاری ہے، چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے، چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے، چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے، چاہے سجاد تماچے نہ اسے مار شمر، چاہے سجاد تماچے نہ اسے مار شمر، میرے بابا کو یہ معصومہ بہت پیاری ہے، چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے، چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے، چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے، ہم بازار ہی غیور کی بیماری ہے، چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے، چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے، چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے، سر کھلے دیکھنے جب ملتے علی لوگ آئے، سر کھلے دیکھنے جب ملتے علی لوگ آئے، مر گیا دیکھ کے ماحول وہ بازاری ہے، چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے، چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے، چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے، جس طرح شیر نے بچی کو تماچے مارے، جس طرح شیر نے بچی کو تماچے مارے، خوف معصومہ کو مر کے بھی راحت آئی ہے، چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے، چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے، چشم سجاد سے لہو جاری ہے، چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے، جو کہ ہم شکل پیمبر تھا اسی اکبر کو، جو کہ ہم شکل پیمبر تھا اسی اکبر کو، سامنے بابا کے امت نے سنا ماری ہے، چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے، چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے، چشم سجاد سے اب تک بھی لہو جاری ہے، جس کی بنیاد بھی خود رکھی یا بدن یقین، جس کی بنیاد بھی خود رکھی
आबिद में अकील, कैसे रुक सकती है वो शाह की आजादारी है। चश्मे सजाद से अब तक भी लहू जारी है, चश्मे सजाद से अब तक भी लहू जारी है, चश्मे सजाद से अब तक भी लहू जारी है। शाम बाजार ही गयूर की बीमारी है, चश्मे सजाद से अब तक भी लहू जारी है, चश्मे सजाद से अब तक भी लहू जारी है, चश्मे सजाद से अब तक भी लहू जारी है। सिर खोले देखने जब मिलते अली लोग आए, सिर खुले देखने जब मिलते अली लोग आए, मर गया देख के माहौल वो बाजारी है, चश्मे सजाद से अब तक भी लहू जारी है, चश्मे सजाद से अब तक भी लहू जारी है, चश्मे सजाद से अब तक
Brother Abbas, every land is foreign now. Come, oh brother Abbas, every land is foreign now. Come, oh brother Abbas, every land is foreign now. Come, oh brother Abbas, every land is foreign now. Bareheaded in the bazaar, bareheaded in the bazaar, this nation has taken us. Come, oh brother Abbas, every land is foreign now. Come, oh brother Abbas, every land is foreign now. After Hussein was martyred, we had to face oppression. Our tents were put on fire. No one was there to help us. No one was there to help us. Oh grandfather, why has your nation hurt us so much? Come, oh brother Abbas, every land is foreign now. Come, oh brother Abbas, every land is foreign now. Come, oh brother Abbas, every land is foreign now. Which martyr should I cry for? My heart is full of anguish. Tell me what I should live for. My mother's house is ruined. My mother's house is ruined. Oh grandfather, why has your nation hurt us so much? Come, oh brother Abbas, every land is foreign now. Come, oh brother Abbas, every land is foreign now. Come, oh brother Abbas, every land is foreign now. Come, oh brother Abbas, every land is foreign now. We are the prophet's household and prisoners of war now. We are the prophet's household and prisoners of war now. Through Kufa and Damascus, we are being paraded. We are being paraded. Father, why has your nation hurt us so much? Come, O brother Abba, every land is foreign now. Come, O brother Abba, every land is foreign now. Come, O brother Abba, every land is foreign now. Sajjad can't forget now the story of the bazaar. Sajjad can't forget now the story of the bazaar. His eyes can't suppress now shedding the tears of sorrow, shedding the tears of sorrow. Oh grandfather, why has your nation hurt us so much? Come, oh brother Abba, every land is foreign now. Come, oh brother Abba, every land is foreign now. Come, oh brother Abba, every land is foreign now. They're headed in the bazaar, they're headed in the bazaar. This nation has taken us. Come, oh brother Abba, every land is foreign now. Come, oh brother Abba, every land is foreign now.
قاسم ابن الحسن ومسلم ابن أخي وهاني ابن عروة وحبيب ابن مظاهر والغر الشهيد رياهي السلام عليكم جميع شهداء كربلاء وأسيران كربلاء ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام عليك يا غريب الغرباء السلام عليك يا معين الضعفاء والفقراء السلام عليك يا مغيث الشيعة والزوار في يوم الجزاء السلطان يا أبا الحسن يا علي بن موسى الرضا روحي وجسمي لك الفداء ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام عليك يا مولاي يا صاحب العصر والزمان الأمان 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 السلام عليك يا خليفة الرحمن السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن السلام عليك يا مظهر الإيمان السلام علیکہ یا امام الانس والجن اجل اللہ تعالی فرجک وسهل اللہ تعالی مخرجک والظہورک وجعلنا من اعوانک وانصارک ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ صلوات
اللهم صل على آل محمد.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم كل وليك الحجة بن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آله في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا محمد.